Locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Your local station, WMVS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
You guys talk. I'm watching a hockey game on my phone.
You can do that.
No, and it's been a lot of. I have never used my phone so much as watching the Olympics.
Hockey. Just hockey or just the whole Olympics?
The whole Olympics. I'm sorry, these headphones are not working as well.
This is Hot Topics with Kendall, Paul, and Bill, being brought to you by K2 Engineering, Caldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Hicks and Bob's Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Phones are open, 724-438-4593. We are live streaming on our WMBS Facebook page. So if you'd like to like and share the show. It's kind of like... This is like the final episode in something that we couldn't have had written better if we had the top-notch people from Hollywood come in. Everything.
Well, you had me and Bill. I mean, come on.
What else do we need? Everything from the beginning, middle, and end. It could not have. You can't make it up. So, and I want to say, for the listeners who really have not cared about the story that we've been following, talking about, looking into, just thanks for hanging in there, because we're putting it to rest today. Unless something else comes up, and we're not committed to never speaking about it again, but it's pretty much come to a close. And to the listeners who have called in and contributed, whether it be calling or on the...
I would say perhaps this chapter has come to a close, because these things have a way of taking on a life of their own, and you never know what tomorrow will bring. But go ahead.
Yes, this is the final episode of this season. But listen...
The final countdown, we might say? Another classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that the listeners, the callers, you can still call in and weigh in on this as much as you want to. So... Again,
just don't ever say Hitler.
That's right. Listen.
Or Nazi.
In December, if you're just now tuning in for the first time, John Marietta, the Recorder of Deeds, long story short, this reporter came from all the way from Brooklyn, New York, Robert Burns, and he wanted to start covering Fayette County politics. Well, it was very strange and very obvious to me that John Marietta was behind it, because he would reference Robert Burns, sharing all of his stuff. He was the only one ever quoted in any of Robert Burns' articles. So he decides 2 weeks ago actually, that Robert Burns is going to call in. Well, they made a pretty big mistake by using the same voice as John Marietta's campaign consultant, or whatever. At the time, he was John Marietta's campaign manager. And he called in. His name's TJ Coast, and he's from Bucks County. He called into mine and Bill's show, which is what got us on this in the first place. Otherwise, we would not be paying attention to this. At least I know I wasn't.
Well, I think it was the fact that he got
So nasty.
Yeah,
and so
nasty
rude.
was the word I was.
Yeah, but he
thinking of,
introduced
yeah.
himself into the equation, and then I did review the show that Marietta had last week, and he's like, "I'm a private citizen." You know, when you called the show, you interjected yourself into this debate. If you're that guy, right?
Yeah.
So
So called in, and he was being very defensive of John. Why would I suggest that he's behind this Robert Burns thing? Well, I thought he was. Anyways, so
told you have the day that you deserve.
told me I have the day I deserved. Very rude. But the part about it for me was how defensive he was. So calls in. We play the audio comparison of the two voices last Friday on the show, and I went on Russ's show last Monday. It was just so painfully obvious. It was T.J. Cosin as Robert Burns. Well, then they decide that John's going to have T.J. Cosin on his show last Friday at the same time as he was going to have Robert Burns. They were both going to be on the show to prove that they're two different people. And I mean, I was like on low key on the edge of my seat because I'm like, how are they going? They're making this worse for themselves. Every single time they try to make it better, they make it worse. So, and put it this way, John Marietta is not the kind of guy that does the right thing when no one's looking. He got caught, he was backed into a corner, and now all of a sudden, Robert Burns makes his announcement this past week that he is no longer going to be covering southwestern Pennsylvania. He's moving on to Washington, D.C. He's probably with the press corps as we speak. Funny, he's now disappearing. They're caught. Well, on the show last Friday, John states and says, because Nick Barczyk was working the board.
They say make a big deal that both of them are going to be calling the show at the same time, so therefore they'll prove that there are two people.
John says to Nick, or says to the listeners, Nick can verify, or Nick can verify that they're on two different lines. Well, I was working listening to this. Well, after work, I decided I'm going to make a pit stop on my way to the gym, and I'm going to stop back at the station. Surely they're smart enough to block their number. Surely they're smart enough to...
Don't call me Shirley.
But to interject for perspective, if I could, during that phone conversation, it was billed as Robert Burns is in New York.
Yes.
And questions are asked about what's your favorite pizza place in New York and whatever. And the impression that anybody listening to that would get is that Burns is actually in New York calling into the show.
And I thought, surely they're going to call in from like a Google number. They're not that stupid, right? They've been trying to play this off for months now. Well, two different lines. John Marietta says it on his show. Mr. Burns' number, here's the part is, it's the same first 9 digits. And the last number was different. 267 area code, which is Bucks County. The next 3 digits are exactly the same. And the last 4 digits of Mr. Burns' number is 5807. The last 3 digits of TJ's number is 5806. You can't make it up. Again, Robert Burns and TJ Cosin were on John Marietta's show at the same time last Friday. You can go back on the WMBS Facebook page and listen to the show. It's so painful. Mm-hmm. I thought they would be more creative.
Yeah, when you told me about this, I typed up the area code for Newburgh, New York, which is where it was alleged that that's where Robert Burns is.
And that is
it's 854, 845. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not 267.
It's
prefix.
Not. Well, Bucks County. Surely Robert didn't go from New York to all the way to TJ's just to make a little phone call. Again, the first 9 numbers of both phone numbers were the exact same. 267 area code. The last 4 digits of Mr. Burns is 5807, and the last 4 digits of TJ Cosin are 5806. I looked up both numbers on Google. Why wouldn't I? Couldn't find anything. I believe one of them, I think the 5806, is comes up Brittany Cosin, which is TJ's wife. I find it, it's there it is. There it is. So obvious. And now John Marietta's walking it back on his show. And let me tell you something. You vote for any of the people that he has on his show, you're voting for him. Because they know he is lying. We all know he's lying. He's a liar. You can't believe him ever again. He's a liar. Unless he comes on his show and says, which it would be so much better for him. We already know he's lying. If he came out and said, look, guys, I'm caught. I was trying to be creative. I had this imaginary friend named Robert Burns. I wanted to have this reporter that was going to lift me up to help me with my narrative for my next bid for commissioner. I got caught. It didn't work. I'm sorry. You know, a lot of my supporters are saying very nasty things about people, their looks, their body, all in effort to support me. Melanie Stringhill Patterson, shockingly, was on Facebook commenting under her real name, which isn't very typical for this crew of people, saying if anybody thinks that this isn't two voices, you need to have your hearing checked. Melanie Stringhill Patterson is trying to be on the state Republican committee. On John's show, Make America Great Again. You're making Fayette County worse. Don't vote for these people. I strongly encourage you not to. They're bad eggs. They're liars. And they know what they're doing. And they're using John for his platform, and he's going right along with it. Shame on them. And listen, if it was a short series, I probably wouldn't even finish it. It's too far-fetched. And now, Robert Burns did say that there's a new reporter in town. It's a female. Hopefully it's actually a real person. It's probably nobody. But again, shame on John and anybody that calls in to defend him or goes on his show and tries to defend him. Look, good people make bad choices. But John's decisions were so calculated in this. And again, the commissioners, anybody that is criticized in the media puts their name on the ballot, they're signing up for criticism. I don't feel sorry for them when it comes to that. But they're lying. They were lying about this. It was all staged by John. And so, again, for the listeners who've, hung in there with us, who don't give a crap about this, I don't blame you. But I've been very surprised, Bill, Paul, how many people are following this story. People that I didn't even realize listen to WMBS, and glad they are now. But 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line.
And I will just wrap up this segment by saying, somehow appropriate that D.C. now has to deal with 2 million tons of raw sewage and Robert Burns. This is your local station, WMBS.
Looking for a fireplace? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is more than your plumbing supply store. We specialize in fireplaces of all fuel types, such as gas, wood, pellet, and electric. We're now featuring Harmon pellet stoves from Forge and Flame, perfect for keeping your family warm and cozy. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com to start planning for the winter season. Koval Building Supply, everything you need to make your house feel like home. Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit georgedentalassociates.com today. That's georgedentalassociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. WMBS high school basketball coverage is proudly sponsored by the law firm of Goodwin Como. Voted Fayette County's best attorney, Benjamin F. Goodwin and the award-winning Goodwin Como team have been trusted by your friends and neighbors for nearly 2 decades. From estate planning and administration to personal injury, workers' compensation, property matters, family law, and criminal defense, they deliver dedicated, personalized representation when it matters most. With 2 convenient offices in Uniontown and Bell Vernon, visit GoodwinComo.com or call them at 724-438-1616 for your free initial consultation. Goodwin Como, righting wrongs, securing justice.
At Live, we want to say thanks to our community with our biggest giveaway yet, Thanks a Million free slot play giveaway. Join us every Friday in February for your chance to win a share of $1 million in free play, including a grand prize of $25,000 in free play. You could be one of 10 winners each week. So what are you waiting for? Thanks a Million, only at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
Be prepared for bone-chilling winter weather. Have Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning install a Bryant high-efficiency furnace in your home to replace that old worn-out system you now have. Choose Bryant's Plus 90 gas furnace or other quality heating system to keep yourself and your family warm and toasty this winter. Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning will also keep your present furnace running at peak efficiency with their 15-point safety check and cleaning. Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning today for your appointment. 724-439-2323. That's Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
Pento Home Care Agency cares about you, your health, and what's best for your family. Pento Home Care is a family-owned and operated home care agency providing the convenience of personal care within your home. They'll work with your family and physicians to come up with the best plan of care for you. Pento offers personal assistance services and accepts all state waiver programs, private insurance, and private pay patients. Pento Home Care Agency has home health care available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their experienced team of professionals provide expert care. Pento offers hospice care because they know how difficult and overwhelming a terminal illness can be by helping families through the challenging days with dignity and compassion. If you or a loved one need care or are looking for a career as a home health aide, please call them at 724-322-1683 or visit them online at pentohomecareagency.com.
WMBS.
Your local station, WMBS. Hot Topics, Kendall, Paul, Bill, and the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Talk Line, 724-438-4593.
For those of you just tuning in, I just went through my whole spiel. I'll spare you guys from saying it again. But for anyone just tuning in, I want to say that last Friday after John's show, I came in after John said on the air that Nick can verify that Robert Burns and TJ Costa were on two separate lines. I thought surely they are not that stupid. And I came in after work, looked at the caller ID of each line, and it was the same first 9 digits. The last digit was different. 267 area code, which is Bucks County. And the last 4 digits of the one line were 5806, and the other was 5807. The best part is I was like 6-7, or how do you say it? 6-7.
6-7.
Yeah. Paul?
My observation on this all along has been the calls that you got, Facebook post and whatever. You need to apologize or retract it, or you need to resign or be fired. These calls have been made, right? And that's very familiar to me. It's nothing new. It might be new to you, but when you're at the newspaper and it just was reinforcing to me that you were on the trail of something, or that you were doing something that couldn't be easily defended on the other side. They call, they want to get rid of you, want to make you the issue. That has happened to every reporter. Josh would probably tell you that if he were come down again like he did last Friday. So the more that the one website, the Fayette Uncensored or whatever, said that no comments from you or Russ Rhodes or anybody on their Facebook page.
As if we've ever commented, any of us.
Right. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You're called Fayette Uncensored. And I read that, and one person said, sounds like you should be Fayette Censored.
Yeah, they said that?
Yeah, somebody did. Yeah, they commented that, So when I hear those things, it makes me feel like I'm in familiar territory, because there were people calling the paper when I did stories that were controversial or that someone didn't like, like, why are you letting him write these stories?
Yeah.
You pull these back. Don't you know I'm a big advertiser, or whatever those things would be. So the interesting thing to me is to point out, number one, that the more that they try to denigrate you and the more that they try to take shots at you, or Russ for what you said on the radio, your opinion on the radio, the more that it proves to me that they're flailing about, trying to, don't
But
know
why
how to
haven't
do
they
things.
said anything about you? You have been just as vocal.
I don't know. Most of my input here has been on what I considered the soft underbelly of the Robert Burns identity. Are you really a reporter? Is the Independent Pen, really an independent newspaper type, online newspaper, or independent?
Right, but you
living up
supported
to
the whole
billing?
theory that they're lying.
Well, I have supported the theory that this guy doesn't sound like a journalist to me, and I'd like to see some evidence of that. And I think that, what I see now from looking at the show from last week that Marietta did was, and some Facebook posts, the Robert Burns exit now, the sudden exit from the stage, right? I'm moving on to bigger and better things. My work here is done, It sort of reminds me of Lyndon Johnson when he was at the height of the Vietnam War, when I was a young man, a young kid, and he asked somebody, he was in this quagmire known as Vietnam, and he asked another senator, I believe, what can I do about this? What should I do? I want to get out, but we're stuck. He declare victory and get the hell out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what he advised him to do. So I think that when you see this sudden exit now, and this 5 or 10 minute show where I know you're very busy, Robert. You got to get going. Okay, no tough questions, no more in-depth questions. I heard him say on that show that this is the first time he's writing under his real name. He's been a researcher all along. So it goes from in the beginning being a journalist or independent pen journalist, exposing what's in Fayette County, to being a researcher, now to writing for the first time. I mean, every time you hear something, it's something new that should have been said in the beginning, right? You say, I was a researcher for all these places. Well, again, my question is where? How come you didn't say where? I was, one of the, I think he mentioned Tucker Carlson. He has researchers on his stuff. He doesn't do all that work. He just presents it on TV. Okay, Tucker Carlson is a talk show host, not a journalist, number one. Number two, if I were a researcher for Woodward and Bernstein,
you wouldn't want everyone
and
to
I came on WMBS and someone said, well, Paul, tell us what you did. I was like, I was just a researcher for Woodward and Bernstein, of course. I would be shouting it from the mountains and telling you where I worked and what I did. None of that is ever brought out. There's no substantiation. There's no ability to, or even desire to ask a question and say, well, Robert, tell them where all you worked. Name these places. Name these people, these great reporters that you did work for. That just slides right on by as an unchallenged, unverified comment or claim, right? And it doesn't go anywhere. If I look at the other part of it, is to me they've walked back the story. The pivot has already occurred.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook comments were made. John said it on his show. It ain't the name that matters, meaning the guy who wrote the story. It ain't the name that matters. It's the truth. It doesn't matter who writes these things. That's not important. It's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I personally believe, and I think that the people at the station here believe, and I think that the public should believe that it does make a difference. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to do that. I'm banging on the table again. Sorry. Kendall told me not to say I'm sorry when I do that for the people that aren't watching on TV.
It's hard to say I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. So it matters because I think what has been fleshed out here is the fact that these are all campaign apparatchiks. These are all people involved in political campaign work. If you listen to Cosin and Burns talk on the radio, they clearly know each other. They're asking each other what kind of pizza you like in New York City. Ha, 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 ha. So you are associated. You're not an independent journalist. You're part of this campaign apparatus, right?
If Robert Burns was real.
Well, he's clearly, to me, it's a person behind it. I don't know that the name is Robert Burns. I don't think that that's been established 100%.
No, it hasn't been established at all.
Right. So, but the point is, it matters if you're an independent journalist and you're working at the Herald Standard or the New York Times or wherever it is, and those are the people who pay you to do this, okay? And it matters if there's a political campaign or a candidate or their employee, their campaign manager, per se, or hypothetically, that is paying you to do this work for the campaign, do this research for the campaign. People deserve to know that. If I were writing a story for the Herald Standard, and I was putting it out there and saying, this is my story, covered the Fayette County Commissioners, but someone found out that I was actually being paid by the Sean Kavanaugh campaign or the Harry Albert campaign or the Vince Vacides campaign or the Ron Nails campaign or any of the other commissioners that I covered, right? That would make a big difference in how you should view my stories.
Sure.
And I think that part needs to be underscored here. And I think that part needs to be illuminated. I would have asked, Robert Burns, is anybody paying you? Who's paying you? If you're in New York doing this work, is anybody paying you? And if so, who are they? And I think that's a big thing that people should ask, or at least be in the back of their mind, have that thought in the back of their mind. Always consider the source. So to me, the fact that they all got on the radio, and my personal thought is that anyone can call and say that, can you get a driver's license by calling up and saying, send me one, I'm Paul Sonyak, or I'm Kendall Sisler, or I'm Bill Madden? No, you have to have some proof. And to me, it's just not strong enough proof.
Strong enough proof. Their numbers were different by one digit.
Right, but anybody...
I know, but in this moment, we're talking rational about it, and it's completely irrational.
I could call your radio show. I mean, I couldn't do it now because people have heard my voice, but I could call a radio show, say in New York City, a talk show, and I could tell them, this is Dan Rooney in Pittsburgh. I own the Steelers. And I could claim it's not enough for me, to me personally, to believe that this is legit in the way that it has been portrayed. But when they walk it back now and say, well, the message, who says it doesn't matter or who writes it doesn't matter, it's what's being said that we should focus on. I can agree with that to the extent that I think that there are issues out there that could and should be covered, but the question becomes who is covering them and how are they covering them?
The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Talk Line, 724-438-4593. Hi, you're on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, Bill. It's Trinette Cunningham. How are you?
We are doing fine, thank you.
Hey, Kendall. Hey, Paul. Hey, I just wanted to quickly just comment on something about TJ Cosen. So I don't know if you or the listeners remember, I think it was about maybe 6 weeks ago. It was in January. John had posted, I think it was a 2-page forensic analysis of a page that was on Facebook. I think it was called Hillbilly Blender. I didn't follow this page, but I was accused in this report, this forensic detective report, of being one of the administrators.
It never can. Those can't even happen in that way. But go ahead.
Right. So anyway, I, along with 12 other individuals in Fayette County, were accused of being the administrator. I knew that this detective didn't do their job because I was never an administrator of this page. So I did send John and Melanie, and I really wanted to keep this private, and I sent them both a letter. I did consult an attorney, and in full transparency, I let John know who my attorney was. Every time I had seen John, I confronted him. If anyone knows about anything about me, I pretty much confront everybody to their face. I'm the type of person, if I can say it behind your back, you better believe I can say it to your face first. So when I did see John, I would ask him for this detective's name, because everything in this report that John and Melanie and others had posted, the only thing that was redacted was this detective's name in this detective's email. So as I had asked John for it, they almost doubled down. They did double down. Mentioned receiving my certified letter that I had sent to both of them, asking them to retract it, to remove that post, and they didn't. They doubled down. At least Melanie, alluded to it, made fun of it, or whatever on her page. And so I would see John. I would ask him for the information, kept pressing it for him. He did. I sent him a message on Facebook, not on Facebook, through text message. He sent me the person's name, and his name is Anthony Donardi. in Anthony's email is a Gmail account. And I asked John through text, and I have it all verified. I asked him what the phone number was, and he said he had only communicated with Anthony Donardi through text messaging and through email. And
How did he pay him?
Strange. Plus,
How did he pay him?
don't know. And I thought it was really strange to communicate with somebody through a Gmail account. And
Who's going to be doing a forensic audit or investigation?
And,
on
right.
Facebook?
And you're going to drag 13 people through the mud just based upon an Anthony Donardi Gmail
So did you
account.
contact?
No, sir, no. Yes. Well, I ended up, they did put the company's name, the detective who apparently received the forensic certification detective or whatever. I talked to the CEO of the company. And it's not very hard to do. It took me about 10, 15 minutes. I had the email, and when I emailed the company, I also included John in this.
So
very
just for the sake of time, what happened? What did they say?
The company has no. They don't have an Anthony Donardi. Never passed the certification.
Oh my gosh.
They also do not offer Facebook forensic services. So one, they don't do this, and two, there's no Anthony Donardi. I shared that with John. And I have all. I went and told him this. Hey, we have a problem, and he said he did remove it. And I said, John, that's not good enough. You took the word of somebody through a Gmail account, and
no, he made it
tried
up.
to expose.
He made it up.
Yeah,
most likely.
So in my opinion, it's Anthony Donardi. It's probably TJ Cousin. So
That would shock me.
What I'm going to just say to everybody is, look at. It's not hard to vet people. I question, John. If you are looking for a higher office, I question your vetting skills, because this is something that I was able to uncover in 10 minutes. If you are taking the word of somebody through a Gmail email, and you are willing to throw 13 people from Fayette County under the bus, why didn't you do what I did? It took me 10 minutes to figure out that this person does not exist, that they do not have the credentials that they said they did, and that this company does not offer this. I question John's motivations. I question his judgment, and to me, it's just a bigger issue, Kendall and Paul. That at what point do we say, just stop? You are not helping. You are hurting, and you are making this county a laughingstock. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much for your calling.
Keep up the great work.
And yeah, you too.
Take care. Bye
Yeah,
bye. Bye bye.
And for those who don't know, Trinette Cunningham is the current Fayette County Jury Commissioner, which is one of those high-paid positions in the county government. And this is Hot Topics with Kendall and Paul and Bill on your local station, WMBS.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51. When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Feeling lucky? Your next big jackpot is waiting for you. Visit the Casino at Nemacolin in Farmington, PA for the ultimate casino experience featuring the hottest table games, daily promotions, big-time giveaways, and an exciting variety of premium slots. And after, celebrate your big win with a juicy burger at the Royale while you watch the big game. Hotel packages available. Visit CasinoNemacolin.com for more information. The Casino at Nemacolin. Game on! Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. 724-208-5281. What makes buying your next vehicle for me worthwhile? I make it a very easy 5-step process. You look, you shop, you ask, you decide. And I listen. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicks and Buzz Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. Hicks and Buzz also offers free prescription delivery, mail-out service for snowbirds, and dependable courteous service, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Hicks and Buzz Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street, phone 724-437-2828. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday at Hicks and Buzz Drugstore of Uniontown.
WNBS.
Hot Topics, Kendall, Paul, and Bill, and the WV Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Hi, you're on the air. Who are we speaking with? Hi, you're on the air. Today, while we're young? All right, well.
No one there.
Yep, well.
Maybe it was. I'm not.
No. Anyway, 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. So, we are, unless something comes up, and if anybody wants to call about this.
Right. I had two more comments from what I saw Friday.
I do want to point one thing out, but go ahead.
No, I found it interesting when I reviewed that show this morning. And again, I took my notes like I always did as a reporter, right? Zeroing in on the things. At one point, Nick said to Robert Burns on the phone on that show with the hillbilly, where did you go to school? So I guess somebody texted him, and Nick Barczyk asked this question.
That was a joke.
And there was this silence for 5, 6, 7 seconds. I'd prefer not to have my school out there. I don't like sharing information about my private life.
Meanwhile, he's on our feed right now saying that the last 4 digits of his phone number, which is a lie.
But again, this causes me reason for pause, and I think it should cause everybody a reason for pause. If someone asks me where I went to school, I can say so.
And this is Hot Topics, WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Let's see if we can get somebody on the air. Hi, you're on the air. Who are we speaking with?
This is TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Oh, gosh. What? Make it quick.
Kendall, don't start with the attitude.
Make it quick, TJ. You're calling in our show.
How about you be professional,
5.
Kendall?
TJ, be professional. I saw what you said before. You said all kind of stuff about her.
So who did I say? I'm not even on social media. What did I say about Kendall?
Yes, you are. We know your social media name, but
I'm not on social media. I don't have a Facebook, Kendall.
Okay, say your piece.
Fine, TJ. I have an old account, Theodore Kozin, that was banned from Facebook for life during COVID.
That's another story altogether. What do you have to say, please?
Because I refused to wear masks during COVID. That's common sense.
Yeah, but anyway, so Well, what did you want
So
to
Kendall,
say here?
you have Robert Burns in the comments saying you don't have the right number. You're saying it came from my household when no one was even home in my house.
The numbers are on our caller ID, TJ. The numbers are on our caller ID.
I don't care what your caller ID says.
Well, you
Most
don't have
people block their number when they call.
You're
and
right.
you can
They
say the
totally
sky is
do, which
purple.
is why I'm shocked that you didn't.
Kendall, I did. So the fact that you had my number from that call
You did
is
what?
complete
You
BS.
did. You. How
I put
else would we know your
667
number?
ahead of my number.
How else would we know your number?
Because I have paperwork with you guys for advertising, Kendall.
No, the numbers are on the
Yeah,
caller ID. I have a
yeah.
pic. Do you want me to show the? Do you want me to
5806
post
is
a
on
picture of
several
it?
paperwork
Do you want me to
for
post a picture of it
advertising.
with the time right next to it? Do you want me to post a picture of it?
You can do whatever you want. You can also doctor photos.
Oh, what is your point?
Kendall, you have zero integrity. You're doing all this for Scott Dunn.
Don't get personal here.
And your proof of that is what, TJ?
That Scott Robert Burns is in the comments. If you don't believe me, I'm sure one of you has Todd Miner's number.
Listen, pal. You
Call Todd
just
Miner and ask
said
if he's on the
she's
sex
doing
list
this
before.
for Scott Dunn. What is your proof of this?
Because she does a lot of stuff for Scott Dunn. It's all over Fayette County. We all know.
We all know.
Scott
You're not
Dunn
even in
doesn't
Fayette
contribute
County. How do
money.
you all know? Tell me.
You don't think I talk to people in Fayette County if I ran a campaign in Fayette County? I'm in Fayette County every quarter.
I'm here every day.
Same.
Good for you. What do you want, a cookie, an attaboy?
Well,
hey, I got one question for you.
What's
Is
your question,
Robert
sir?
Burns being paid by you and or John Marietta or anybody else in Fayette County since you know so much about it?
No.
Is he a paid
I'm
employee?
not paying Robert Burns. No.
Okay. Then why is he?
You got proof that I have a paid employee?
In your professional opinion, then, TJ, why would a guy in New York City be so concerned about what's happening in Fayette County?
Maybe because Independent Penn is moving into Fayette County and needs reporters in the Southwest region in general.
Well, he's just
why
moving.
Does he
He's
comment,
just,
why
he's
does
just
he write
moving out.
articles
But
about
he's,
Washington County?
but he's just
why does he write articles about Greene County?
But he's just moving out of Fayette County now.
He's in Washington now. DC.
Okay, and another person's probably going to be moving right in behind him.
It's funny how you know that.
It's a guess. It's an educated guess. Do you know what an educated guess is? Like, most people would assume that if he's moving to a promotion to national news, that they have someone moving in underneath him. For instance, if you got fired, I'm sure someone would move in underneath
I'm so
you.
glad the listeners get a chance
Do you
to
know
hear
who
how
this person is?
you
Who's
are.
this female who's
I
taking
have
his place?
given him comments when he asked John's campaign for comment.
Do you
As
know?
a campaign,
He
we
never
gave comments.
quoted you. Did he?
I haven't. I'm
Then
not.
how are you
I'm
giving
a
him
private
comments for
citizen.
John Marietta?
I'm a private citizen that you're bashing on a radio station. I'm not an elected official. I'm not a public official. I am not any of those things. You are and you're not attacking the substance of the articles because you can't.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all factual. Who gives out a $700,000 copier contract that has no mention of IT?
You're making this worse for yourself.
Wouldn't you think in Fayette County, if that were brought up and there were merit to it, didn't somebody in...
There's
a district attorney here. I mean, wouldn't you think that they'd look into... Didn't someone say that the attorney general was involved in this a while back?
I don't know. Listen, all I know is that John was asked a couple questions about commissioner spending from the attorney general's office.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know. I'm sure several other row officers were too, because they're all under budget, and the commissioners keep buying buildings and spending money left and right.
Right, but you make an allegation about a $700,000 contract.
And I didn't make an allegation. Robert Burns put the contract in the news article he
Why
wrote.
are you so mad?
But
Why
it
do you
doesn't
care
mean
so much?
it doesn't mean that the contract.
I'm not mad. I'm
is
an
wrong.
animated person. I'm Italian American from New York. We talk loud. Sorry, Kendall. I'm also deaf in one ear. So I talk loud because I'm deaf in
You've
one
heard
ear.
everything we've said.
But the contract that is out there, in my
It's
view,
a copier contract.
It's a copier contract,
semi-annual.
But do
for
you have proof?
$393,000 payment.
But do you have proof that there's anything wrong with that? You're implying that there is.
Also, TJ.
But do you have proof?
As someone who did research, I contacted 2 other copier companies in Fayette County.
TJ,
and
why is one of the numbers that called in registered to your wife?
Was about $250,000.
So who are these companies, though? Can you name
Brothers
the companies?
Laser in Connellsville.
Okay.
Would have came in $250,000 under the copier contract with Ford. But they can't bid because they auto-renew every year they approve the budget instead of putting it out for bid.
And TJ, we're up against the news here. Thanks for the call, and we will talk to you soon. This is WNBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
Christopher Cruz in Washington, a deeply disappointed President Trump, says he's ashamed of certain members of the Supreme Court. He's speaking at the White House. He spoke at the White House and is still speaking now after the court struck down his tariffs as unconstitutional.
It's my opinion that the court has been swayed by foreign interests and a political movement that is far smaller than people would ever think.
Trump said there are other methods and practices he can use that are even stronger than tariffs. He claims the ruling leaves him more powerful.
Effective immediately, all national security tariffs under Section 232 and existing Section 301 tariffs, they're existing, they're there, remain in place, fully in place, and in full force and effect.
Trump said he'll sign an executive order imposing a 10% global tariff. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says the ruling takes away leverage the president was using to force other countries to do his bidding.
The hope here at the White House at times was to be able to use the threat of tariffs as sort of a coercive tool to get their way with certain countries or certain parts of the world, most especially Europe.
The 6-3 decision was written by Chief Justice John Roberts, who was joined by Justices Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, both appointed by Trump to the High Court. CBS's Jan Crawford.
I think what's really interesting is 6 of the justices, 3 conservatives and 3 liberals, came together. They didn't agree on the reasons, but they agreed on the bottom line.
NASA is looking at a possible March 6th launch attempt for Artemis 2, the first crewed flyby mission to the moon in more than 50 years. Artemis launch director Charlie Blackwell Thompson says launch teams pumped more than 700,000 gallons of fuel into the rocket and found minimal hydrogen leakage.
It was really quiet and went well. We did experience an issue with our comm system. That was probably the most exciting thing that happened during the tanking scenario, but it wasn't related to the loading of cryogenic commodities.
There's new research that finds that women really do experience pain differently than men.
Geoffroy Lumet at Michigan State University says there's a lot of data
showing that women are more likely to develop chronic pain than men.
He explains that there's a
difference in the immune system that can lead to that difference in the duration of pain.
Lumet says certain cells that switch off pain are more active in men, but decades from now there may be a way to manipulate those cells so that they can produce more signals to calm pain for women. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
As the president's been speaking, stocks have been moving up. The Dow is up about 1/3 of 1%, S&P 500 up almost 0.75%, NASDAQ up more than 1%. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Mornings.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
We Chestnut Christian Academy. We learn, laugh, and grow together.
We shine in academics.
We serve others and keep Christ at the center.
With small classes. Caring teachers. School feels like family.
Registration opens in March. Join us for our open house on March 19th or schedule a tour anytime.
Come meet our teachers, see our classrooms, and discover what makes CRCA such a special place.
Visit crcapa.org or follow us on Facebook for more information.
At Davis & Davis, we understand that facing legal challenges can be overwhelming. That's why we're here to guide you along the way. This is Attorney Jim Davis. With over 45 years of experience, our team is dedicated to fighting for your rights and making sure you get the maximum amount of money that you deserve. The best part is you won't pay us a penny until we win your case, and we will win your case. If you are hurt, injured, or need help with workers' compensation, call us today for a free consultation. Call 724-437-2799 and get the protection that you deserve.
a man of murdering 4 homeless people in 2019.
The president of the American Society of Nephrology, Dr. Samir Parikh, says 90% of Americans with kidney diseases don't know they have one.
So you've got this silent epidemic that's just spreading around the country.
He says the heart pumps blood and the kidneys filter the blood.
And the two of those have to work in concert with each other. If the filter's not working, that's going to put strain on the heart.
Parikh says simple blood and urine tests can detect any kidney trouble, but not enough doctors prescribe those tests. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The largest nursing strike in New York City in decades may be close to ending. A union representing more than 4,000 nurses in the New York Presbyterian hospital system say it has reached a tentative contract agreement with management early today. Among the provisions, raises of more than 12% over 3 years and staffing improvements as well as safeguards on the use of AI. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
The award-winning local district and statewide news is being brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, a leading provider of preventative and rehabilitative services to promote physical wellness for patients of all ages and abilities. In your neighborhood with new state-of-the-art facilities on 104 Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Call 724-437-0556 for NovaCare. And now to the news. And good afternoon. It's 2:05. It is sunny and 66 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano, sports and weather in just a bit. A Peters Township High School senior was just arrested and charged with operating a criminal network involving catfishing and sextortion. 18-year-old Zachariah Myers, who is reportedly president of the senior class and a Peters Township athlete, is accused of sexual abuse and sexual exploitation of more than 20 underage victims. The teenager, who will be held without bail as the judge called Myers a danger to the community. Online court records show Myers is facing more than 300 felony charges. Peters Township Police first became aware of the reported criminal network on December 5th. Officers interviewed 30 underage boys and identified at least 21 victims. The superintendent of the Monessen City School District said police are investigating after a firearm was found in a teacher's desk Thursday. Dr. Robert Mott sent a letter to parents about the incident at Monessen Elementary Center. The unidentified teacher has a license to carry a firearm. Mott said today that officials discovered the firearm Thursday morning in the course of a separate, unrelated investigation. This investigation was related to Title IX, but declined to elaborate on the specifics. According to Mott, the teacher was sent home and is currently off the job and will be further disciplined by the district, but declined to say to what extent. There is also a criminal investigation into the matter. The Pennsylvania Trolley Museum in Chartiers Township was named the best small town museum in the United States in USA Today's annual 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards, the first for the museum. The honor highlights the museum's role in preserving trolley-era transportation, history, and distinguishes it among top small town institutions nationwide. President Trump says the Board of Peace will be one of the most important things he will be involved in. Here's more from Mark Mayfield.
He convened the first meeting of the board Thursday morning in Washington, D.C., with representatives from at least 20 countries.
So today is a tremendous honor to welcome you all to the United States Institute of Peace for the inaugural meeting of the Board of Peace. Very important. I believe it's the most consequential board, certainly in terms of power.
Trump said the board will focus on issues like the rebuilding of Gaza and ending wars. He also expressed confidence that countries who haven't joined the board will soon accept. France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and Spain all declined invitations to join the international organization. I'm Mark Mayfield.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather after this.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You've tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown, Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
And in sports, we have college basketball tonight. Big Ten as Indiana will be at Purdue. The pregame is at 7:45, tip-off at 8 here on WMBS. Pirates will have their first spring training game tomorrow afternoon against the Baltimore Orioles in Sarasota. We'll have the game at 1 on WMBS. The Pirates will play the Rays in Bradenton on Sunday afternoon. That game also at 1 on WMBS. Monday, we'll have high school basketball, a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, Girls 1A semifinals, as Geibel will take on Aquinas Academy. That game will be at Norwin High School. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame at 5:15, tip-off at 6 here on WMBS. And the Penguins, they'll be back in action on Thursday after the Olympic break, hosting the New Jersey Devils at PPG Paints Arena. Sunshine continues this afternoon. 68 will be the high, partly cloudy, 34 tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 46, and snow showers and 34 on Sunday. Right now, sunny and 66 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. 2:10 is our time on this Friday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Coming up next, an Olympic update, then hour 2 of Hot Topics here on WMBS. The award-winning local district and statewide news has been brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, now offering telehealth and home-based care as well. Located on 104 Delaware Avenue in Uniontown, call 724-437-0556 for NovaCare.
Pento Home Care Agency cares about you, your health, and what's best for your family. Pento Home Care is a family-owned and operated home care agency providing the convenience of personal care within your home. They'll work with your family and physicians to come up with the best plan of care for you. Pento offers personal assistance services and accepts all state waiver programs, private insurance, and private pay patients. Pento Home Care Agency has home health care available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their experienced team of professionals provide expert care. Pento offers hospice care because they know how difficult and overwhelming a terminal illness can be by helping families through the challenging days with dignity and compassion. If you or a loved one need care or are looking for a career as a home health aide, please call them at 724-322-1683 or visit them online at pentohomecareagency.com.
This Olympic update is being brought to you by Tire Man's Auto Garage. Only the best make it to the Olympics. And when you need tires or auto service, go to the best. Tire Man's Auto Garage, a Best in Fayette winner for tires and auto service.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games. More drama in men's hockey. Canada got a power play goal from Nathan McKinnon with 35 seconds left in regulation to stun Finland 3-2. That was after 3 overtime games in the quarterfinals. Canada rallied from 2-0 down and didn't have captain Sidney Crosby, who was out with a lower body injury. Canada will play the winner of the U.S. and Slovakia for gold. That second semifinal will start at 3:10 Eastern. Men's free ski half-pipe final. American Alex Ferreira is third after the first of 3 runs. He's looking for his third consecutive medal in this event, but first gold. American speed skater Brittany Bowes' last ever Olympic race is a 4th-place finish in the 1,500 meters, her third 4th-place finish at these games, but the 38-year-old did get engaged earlier this week to women's hockey captain Hillary Knight. With this Winter Games update, Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Voted best in Fayette Auto Service and Tires, Tireman's Auto Garage is the place to go for tires. Worried about your tires passing state inspection or driving in winter weather? Tireman's Auto Garage has low prices on used tires, mounted and balanced to meet state inspection requirements. Whatever your tire needs, new or used, the cheapest prices and the best service are at Tireman's Auto Garage, with ACEMA leasing and snap financing available. Fully licensed and insured, Tireman's Auto Garage also offers disposable tire pickup service. Top automotive specialists, Tireman's Auto Garage services include diagnostic service, alignments, oil changes, state inspections, batteries, brakes, rotors, and more. Driven by Tireman's Auto Garage lately? Then you've seen the 2, 4, and 6-seater golf carts that are for sale, with ACEMA leasing available. Or ask Joe and Kim about rentals. Tireman's Auto Garage, with low used tire specials, cheapest prices on new tires, golf carts, and more. Tireman's Auto Garage, Mill Street, phone 724-425-9606.
That Olympic update from Italy was brought to you by Tire Man's Auto Garage. Only the best are chosen for the Olympics, and when you need tires or auto service, choose the best. Tire Man's Auto Garage, a Best in Fayette winner for tires and auto service.
Is that a bird I hear? I think it's almost spring. We have to get the junk out of the garage. I need a shed. But a cool shed, yeah. Maybe a she shed or an office shed.
I know just the place where you can find the perfect shed. It's Ultimate Structures on Route 51 in Perry Township.
Well, I need to see them for myself. I don't want to go downtown to the home show.
See large and small sheds, office sheds, animal shelters, recreational cabins, garages. It's unbelievable. Right in Bell Vernon. Visit the Mega Lot at Ultimate Structures. There's no need to run to Pittsburgh. Order right now and you'll get our 12% spring discount on all new shed orders.
I'm Googling Ultimate Structures Bell Vernon. Okay, they're just outside Perryopolis. There's a website and a Facebook page, plus that 12% discount right now.
Ultimate Structures is the only independent dealer representing JDM Structures in Pennsylvania. Stop in. We design what you desire.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors, where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items, including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Your local station, WMBS. And this is hour 2 of
Hot Topics with Kendall, Paul, and Bill, being brought to you by K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker Law Ridge Realty, Hicks & Ball's Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. The phones are open. We do have a call. We are live streaming on our WMBS Facebook page, so like and share the show.
Hi, you're on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Who are we speaking with?
Is that me?
That is you. Who are we speaking with?
Okay. Hi, my name is Scott Dunn. I'm Commissioner of Fayette County.
We've heard of you.
Scott, are you calling to tell me what to do next? I can't think without you. I need all of your direction.
Yes. So apparently.
Why are you putting people up to this, Scott?
Of course I am. I mean, why wouldn't I? So if I do have to set the record straight with the last caller you had, T.J. Cousin. He says nobody has disputed the facts of what is being written. I have literally disputed the facts. The copier contract, I want to get out there. The copier contract is not just about copiers. That is a copier and the IT services that Ford provides to Fayette County. The actual copiers, and I have posted the internal requisitions and the checks that are written to Ford to literally prove this, and it shows it on the requisitions. So TJ is going to save us, $250,000 on copiers out of the $700,000, which means TJ's copiers are going to cost $450,000. Fayette County pays $280,000 for copiers. The remainder of the contract is for IT services. Ford has 3 employees on site at Fayette County every day handling all of the IT. So I want to put that straight. There was another article that I disputed as well, and it had to deal with opioid, and it said that as the commissioners dither, Mike Obel is out there kicking butt, right? And unfortunately, and basically it was all we did was form task forces and committees and things like that. And I put the real information out there. That article also said that we're not funding Mike Obel's drug task force to get the drugs off the street. And I posted a picture of the Fayette County budget that literally has the line item in it. And Mike Obel responded and commented in my post saying, thank you to the commissioners for funding that. So, yes, you have been disputed.
Commissioner Dunn, can I weigh in here and ask a question?
Yeah.
Sure. We just heard a recitation about, some recitations recently about, Robert Burns and his top shelf research. And this is why he's covering Western Pennsylvania and especially the Fayette County Commissioners, correct? When you talk about things that you've weighed in on, did you not also correct the fact that Robert Burns wrote about Nemacolin's LERTA as being a 10-year LERTA, and I believe it's only for 5? Did you not say that, or is that you?
Yes, that is that. The commissioners had a letter to the editor in both the Herald and the Daily Courier, and we corrected that. So
that was a fact error. That was a fact error in a story, correct?
That is a fact. Yeah, that LERTA was 10 years in Fayette County. LERTA is 5 years in Fayette County.
Okay, so the author of that article, Robert Burns, didn't know that or got it wrong.
Didn't know that, and it's in an ordinance.
It's amazing if you're a national known researcher that you would get something like that wrong. To me.
Now, I will say LERTA can be 10 years, but in Fayette County it's only 5 years, and that was the way that it's been done in Fayette County.
Okay.
Commissioner, thank you so much for calling in, and you'll keep me posted on what you want me to cover next, right?
I hope it's something a little much better. I hope it's something. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Just look into your crystal ball and tell us what she's going to talk about next, because that was
okay. That's fine. And you can check my caller ID. I didn't hide my phone number, so
yeah, you're calling us on. You're calling us on a burner. I know. Anyway, hey Scott, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the offer to set it straight. Appreciate it.
Anytime. And if you want to get on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593.
I know we usually have a rule here on the show.
Oh, that nobody gets more than one call per show?
But we're going to bend that rule today.
We are.
TJ Kosin is welcome to call back. 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, because the call got cut off a little short because we had to go to break. Yeah. But TJ, you're welcome to call back in if you have if you want to talk more.
And not just this show, although
we can't call John's show unless John invites him, because John doesn't take calls.
Well, that's his choice.
That's his choice, but it's obvious it's because he could not answer questions.
But we can, 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. I found something I found interesting. If you'll, I'm just going to play a quick sound clip from 1970.
Big light in sky is slated to appear in east, and there's hamburger all over the highway in Mystic, Connecticut. Good morning. Those are the headlines. Now the rumors behind the news.
That was over 50 years ago, and they nailed it. Because you might as well just make that the way you introduce the news these days. Have you been watching, especially the coverage of the Nancy Guthrie thing? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it's all speculation, and I can't say this for sure, but here's what I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm personally am up to here with it. I don't know, Paul, how you feel about this, but I'm sure you grimace on some of the coverage.
I don't watch a whole lot of it, to tell you the truth, because it's to me it's just fluff, and to me it's the easy stuff that presents itself as not real in the field reporting and tells people what they really need to know. It informs them of what they really did know about. So it's, continue this story because it's easy to do. I mean, it's somebody that you can get on the camera and talk, and you don't have to have a reporter go out and look at records or become an expert in foreign affairs to talk about what's happening in Iran or anywhere else or Europe or whatever.
But that's what's become news, is that the thing is it's creeping into actual news stories in newspapers.
It's been doing that.
Yeah.
It's been doing that.
Yeah, and it's just getting worse and worse. So
I see Jay. I see Jay is commenting on the feed. It's too far away for me to read, but Jay, you should give us a call, 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Yeah, I know, like we said, we're coming to a close. It couldn't have happened any better when TJ called in, made it so much worse. The number of people texting me.
Well, I'm sure your phone's blowing up.
Blowing up.
Yeah.
He's so unhinged.
Other news stories that I did want to touch base on. We lost 2 people, actually 3 if you want to count Eric Dane. But we lost Jesse Jackson and Robert Duvall. Mm-hmm. And again, Paul and I grew up when Jesse Jackson was a constant figure. And he was a hero in the civil rights movement. He was there. He was not on the balcony, but he was in Memphis when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. And I remember just a stirring speaker, the Keep Hope Alive speech, which they kept replaying, is just a great message. His image got a little tarnished a little bit later in life, but I still think...
Why?
He had some dealings with businesses that came into question.
Oh.
And
made a comment about a certain ethnic group in New York.
And saying it was I'll say a Jewish town, but he used the pejorative.
Mm.
So, but still one of the heroes of the movement, and there's very few left from that era.
Yeah,
you have to respect the people who are actually there.
Yeah,
and actually did the stuff. And when you lose them, you have sort of a void or a vacuum there.
Yeah.
And so somebody said to me, "Well, then Al Sharpton's still alive." I said, "Al Sharpton was nowhere near."
Nowhere near. He's an imitator,
Yeah.
in my view. But it's sort of like, to me, like the World War II guys. I mean, I grew up around a lot of these guys. Some of them were in my family, uncles and stuff. And when you lose all those guys who actually fought in World War II and can tell you about it, you lose a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because kids today have no idea of what they had to go through.
Yep.
Or someone who grew up in the Great Depression and how bad it was.
That was the same generation.
Same generation. To me, they were the greatest generation, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and so again, we don't, and that is the problem, is where in the civil rights movement you had true believers, and you had people that were, as I said, heroic. I mean, they faced down actual violence. I mean, fire hoses being turned on them, and being shot at, and in some cases being killed. And now, unfortunately, it seems like their place has been taken by hucksters.
By what?
Hucksters. Yeah. Flim-flammers, con men. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a sad commentary. Now, I say that as the whitest of the white guys, so maybe I'm just as wrong as can be. But it is the passing of a great one. And one of the greatest actors of our generation passed away, Robert Duvall. I was watching Godfather last night. And
because of that? Oh, because they're just replaying.
I don't know if it was scheduled or not, but the Godfather Part 1 and Part 2 were on last night. And those are like movies that if you're flipping through them, and you're flipping through channels, when you land on them, you go, "Oh, okay, I'll watch this."
Yeah.
But also Apocalypse Now, he's in a great, it's a great performance, a movie called The Great Santini, which is based on a Pat Conroy novel of the same name. A tremendous performance, and really was acting until just a couple of years ago too.
So, 724-438-4593. Bill, you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, why not?
And then we'll be back with more Hot Topics with Kendall, Paul, and Bill.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Fallen in love with a house? Head over heels for a home plan? Take the plunge. Apply for a mortgage loan with First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Feeling commitment shy? Complete a mortgage pre-qualification. It's simple. 100% online, and you'll get a personalized answer within one business day. Then save the date for a move-in day or groundbreaking and put a key ring on it. Apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729. The best pizza in town is at Little E's Al Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options. Open Wednesday and Thursday 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in Little E's 7 West South Street across from a parking garage.
Yeah, they're the people I trust. It's the place I go. Home, warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Planning on some home improvement projects in 2026? Stop in Home Warehouse on Connellsville Street. Again voted a Best in Fayette place for windows and home improvements for the past 3 years. Home Warehouse is your one-stop shop for all your home exterior needs. There are beautiful windows, doors, and storm doors that will update your home, keep out drafts, and save on energy. Plus roofing shingles, metal and commercial rubber roofing, siding, soffit and fascia, railing, as well as flooring, home and gun safes, and dog food too. So for great prices and hometown service, stop in and see Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30, Saturday 8 to 12 noon.
Home, warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Having Hicks & Buzz Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. Hicks & Buzz also offers free prescription delivery, mail-out service for snowbirds, and dependable courteous service, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Hicks & Buzz Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street, phone 724-437-2828. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday at Hicks & Buzz Drugstore of Uniontown.
Your local station WMBS, Hot Topics, Kendall, Paul, and Bill. WVU Medicine, Uniontown Hospital Talk Line, 724-438-4593. Hi, you're on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, it's Skipper Talk of A.
Hey, Skipper.
What's on your mind?
Well, what a beautiful sunny day today. The weather's just beautiful, a little bit of wind, though. Have you been outside? There's not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day. What's up?
Hey, I just tuned in whenever Scott Dunn come on there, and I like it whenever politicians come on there and correct facts, or because then everybody hears this, and it straightens it up real fast. He's talking about the LERTA thing.
Yeah.
Well, I worked at that resort up there for 20 years, and I remember back in the day, I think it was 10 years at the time they had LERTA. And like Dunn said, it can be 10 years. And I think it was 10 years previously. I can't remember exactly, but one time the Uniontown School Board, it has to be approved by like all the different people.
All three taxing bodies, yes.
Yeah, and what are they? What are they, Paul?
The county, the municipality, and the school district. They all have to agree. If one of them doesn't, you can't get the LERTA.
And they didn't. Uniontown School Board said no one time. And so I guess maybe they got it back after I'd left there, years later. So, but they was pretty upset about it because they said the kids were going to go through a whole 12 years of school without getting any money from Nemacolin Woodlands through the LERTA thing. And so they canceled at one point. So apparently they got it again, or maybe it was on some new development. Maybe that's what it was. It was new. Every time they build on something, they have to get that approved again. And so I was involved in that process for a lot. But anyways, I really enjoyed that. The other thing, Jesse Jackson, I wish I would have met Martin Luther King. There's some people I believe are heroes in this world, and I think he's one of them. If I had mine aren't baseball players or those type of people, but people stand up for the truth, and I think Martin Luther King was a great man. Jesse Jackson was in on that. But the reason I made a comment on Russ Rhodes' show the other day about Jesse Jackson, it sounded negative, but the most thing that sticks out negative about him was that he had a baby to another lady, and it's a girl, and it became known in the public, and he repented and for that, and that's whenever he stepped away from politics to own his mistake and get out of the limelight. And why I was thinking about it, because whenever I was talking to Russ Rhodes the other day, I hate it whenever preachers get on there and what's been going on your talk show, and they start become politicians. Mm-hmm. They can come on there as a pastor and say things biblically or say things right or wrong, but whenever they turn into politicians, sometimes it ruins them. And I see that happening now. Then they suck people in with them, and it tarnishes, the Christian faith, especially if people are saying they're pastors and they're tying themselves with people that are tarnished. And that's what Jesse Jackson, he repented. He stepped out of the limelight, got out of politics. I think he ran his course with the civil rights thing, and it was over, and he still stayed in too long. And thank God he owned up to his sins, and he repented.
And may his soul rest in peace. We have to move on, Skipper.
Hey, Skipper, thank you much. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon.
Wait. I know we're going to move on to another call. But before we do, Robert Burns is on there saying what his last four digits of his phone number. The first time Robert Burns called in, again, saw the caller ID. It was a 914-572-1695 was the number. It's not even, it's like a Google number. So Robert Burns is a liar. So is TJ Cosin.
All right, hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with? Hi, you're on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, this is Todd Miner.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd. What is up?
Hi, everybody. So it was in the comments that Robert Burns stated that I could verify that he is a real person and all this and that. And I'd like to set the record straight. When I announced my candidacy here on Facebook a little while ago, he commented on my
For what office, Todd, so people know?
State Republican Committee.
Okay.
For the Fayette County.
Okay.
When I announced that, he asked me if I'd fill out a questionnaire. I told him to either message me or text me, and I gave him my phone number. He did text me a list of questions, but I have never spoke to this man. I could not verify if he is real, fake, or what he is. It was an 845 area code. When I Googled that, it come up and said that that's a lot of times spam and not real. And so I don't know if it's real or not. I cannot say. It does not appear to be real. I mean, I've not been able to verify that. I mean, if the man would like to Zoom call me, meet me in person, I would be more than glad, but it doesn't seem like he's willing to do that. So I want to set the record straight and just confirm that I do not know this man and cannot confirm anything about him.
And he's not associated with your campaign in any way?
Not in any way, shape, or form, other than he sent me a text asking me to fill out a questionnaire.
Oh, well, this is not shocking to find out that he's trying to garner some support on Facebook, but keyboard warrior that he is. Todd, sorry that you got drug into that for a second, but good luck.
Todd, did you fill out the questionnaire and send it back?
I did, and he actually asked me for an update, but I'd already deleted that part of my messages, and so I don't know where they went because it's a person I don't know. So I don't.
What was the questionnaire?
Messages. It was just basic stuff. You know, what is my role of a township supervisor would help me, you know, as the state committee person. I can't remember exactly what all the questions were. That one there was the first question, I believe. And it was just basic questions. Nothing, you know, incriminating or anything like that. It was just basic questions. And I didn't think anything more intrusive. And I was trying to be as open and as honest as I can.
I have a question for you, Todd. As a candidate who filled out the questionnaire and sent it back, knowing what you know now, do you think that if Robert Burns were to write about your race in any way, a story on it, that you would get a fair shake, or that it's independent, or would you have reservations about that as a candidate?
I would have reservations, just because the man, you know, stated on the post on WMBS today that I can confirm that he's real and everything, and that is an absolute incorrect, false statement. And I don't really want my name associated with things like that. I'm trying to run a very clean campaign. I'm the vice chair of the Republican Party now for the county. I try to stay well connected with our local elected officials and clear up the congressional elected officials. I mean, I have a very good rapport with these people, very good communication, and I just thought I would be a good candidate for this, to be able to go out and get the message out, get good Republican candidates elected, and keep those views going. And I'm not trying to get political on your show. It's just that's why I did it.
Well, that's okay. You can get political on our show anytime.
Hey, Todd, thank you so much for the call. We have another call, but good luck to you, and thanks for clearing that up.
No, thank you.
Take care.
You guys keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, you're on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Who are we speaking with?
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing?
Is this James?
Hey, been hearing this, and it's been a battle all week. I mean, it's back and forth. Want to start out with something, if I could, if you'd let me. TJ Cosin. Okay, if you go on, and this is because I had a battle Monday and Tuesday, and
you mean when you were calling in Russ's show?
Yeah,
okay.
Going back and forth with me. And if people are listening, and I think there was a Lisa that called in, what I want them to do is go to Brittany Cosin, voteforbrittanycosin.com, and you will see Brittany Cosin, which is TJ's wife, on there. She is a Libertarian candidate. And two people are on there, I think the vice presidential candidate, the presidential candidate, saying how great of a Libertarian she is and that she embodies the Libertarian Party. And if you look at the Libertarian Party, they say, you know, okay, this is our beliefs, we're cutting taxes, this and this. But what is their moral beliefs and what are their social beliefs? Their moral and social beliefs are that they are for the LGBTQ movement, same-sex marriage, legalizing drugs, legalizing prostitution. They've always tried that. And then they have no stance, yay or nay, for or against abortion. And on that same page, John Marietta says, I proudly endorse Brittany Cosin for the Warwick Township Supervisor. By the way, she ran against a conservative Republican, and the conservative Republican won. Thank goodness. But my question is, with all these lies in this show that have been proven, and you have callers that called up and you know, talked about indiscrepancies, my question is for the people that sit there, and I've said it and I'll say it again, it's deception. You're sitting there. When are you going to come out and say that, Melanie, that you either knew about this or that you didn't know? Are you going to say that you condone these lies? Are you going to say that you condone the opinions and beliefs of Brittany and T.J. Cosin, who one is a libertarian? Are you going to say that you're okay with John with the stuff that he has said? Are you going to say, finally, and you made him a minister, are you going to say that you're revoking his minister status over this? It's very interesting because people have asked me. I went out with friends last night and we were talking. And they said, well, why isn't there anything done? It's an independent church. And it doesn't have the governing boards. It doesn't have the stuff that would go through. These people would be told that, hey, you can cut the grass, but you're not speaking from the pulpit. But this isn't happening. They're going to continue to do this, and nothing's going to change, sadly. They're going to be right back there. But the couple points that I want to make, if you'd let me, when people have no confidence in themselves and what they can do, they oppress everything and everybody else. And that's what you see going on. They don't want any opposition, no other opinion. And these people, to me, if you listen to them, they're not trying to be Christ-like. They're trying to be Trump-like. And from the wording and from the insults and from just today, the tariffs were turned down. And what did he do? He insulted. This is their hero. This is who they pattern themselves after.
And they like to give everybody little nicknames.
Right. And where did they learn that, Kendall?
Yeah.
Where did they learn that? This is cool for them.
You've said this so many times, Paul.
And the thing that gets me the most is they've tried to steal the word Republican and they've tried to steal the word Christian. Two things they are not.
Well, hey, I have to say this. We can't say who's a Christian and who's not. But we can acknowledge when they're using it to further their political narrative and it's not Christian-like behavior.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
exactly. Now, they're going to sit there and they're going to use the Republican Party because they know that that's where the demographics are now. There's more of them in Fayette County. So they're going to say that they're a Republican, can stay on the ballot to try and get into office. But they're not Republican. They have kicked the Republican candidates in the gonads every chance they have. And again, he had a candidate on running for lieutenant governor yesterday that wasn't a Republican. It was the megamania candidate. That's who it was. And this needs to stop. Republicans don't endorse him, and he needs to stop saying that he's a Republican. It's just, but these people, the thing that gets me about them is that they are destroyers. In other words, to make something the way they want it, they have to tear down. They want to destroy all the commissioners and put in there who they want. They want to destroy the representatives and put in there who they want. And newsflash, they want to destroy you and this show and Russ and his show, and they want to expand, and they want to only have their viewpoint pushed out there. And it's sad because I sit down with Republicans and independents, and yes, I'm going to hell. I have a friend who's a Democrat. But you know what? We all 90% of the time agree on stuff, but we disagree a little bit. But your circle of friends is the same people. I see nobody of color. I see no Democrats, no independents, no even Republicans. I'm a conservative. Well, conservatism right now isn't good enough. We need to go even further. It's craziness. They're caught in lies. And I want to ask them, are you guys condoning this? Are you condoning this?
Every time they show up on his show, they're condoning it. Paul, do you want to weigh in here really quickly?
I just had a comment when you mentioned some things, James. I listened to the last Friday's show that Marietta had, and toward the end of it, TJ gives a little rant, right? And I think you're right about the name calling and the implications. You had the comment made about, I talked about this a little earlier, I'm sure Scott Dunn put her, meaning Kendall, up to it because they're buddies. Ask a question, how do you know that he put anybody up to anything? Can't be answered, right? TJ also made a reference to Russ Rhodes giving campaign money or money to Democrats. He identified it as a rumor, but he's repeating it, right? So what relevance that has to anything other than you're getting nasty and you're getting personal, right? It's not about the issue at hand, but you're sort of trying to shift the narrative into what I'll call the name calling. The same show a little earlier, Marietta himself basically said prima donna Kendall and Dusty Rhodes, names that had been used on Facebook.
How Christian is that?
Well, I think it provides circumstantial evidence that these phrases were used on a Facebook post, right? And now they're being repeated. So there is sort of collusion, I would say, or some cross-pollination there. of messaging. You know,
exactly.
And so you're denigrating your opposition by calling names, but yet you're saying that not necessarily the opposition, but the people you disagree with are the ones doing it, when in fact you're actually the ones doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're causing this. They're making the storm and then complaining that it's raining. This is what they're famous for doing. And it's sad because looking at this, you don't realize how important this show and this station is, because you're voicing an opinion. You have no paper. And this is very, very important, and they even know that. So they're the ones that are trying to outvoice you, speak over you in meetings, get as much out there to promote not on 1 time a week, on 3 times a week. We're expanding. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to take it over. Melanie Patterson is
Melanie Stringhill Patterson. Melanie Llewellyn or Melanie Stringhill Patterson.
Melanie Stringhill Patterson is running all over Fayette County, trying to get stuff on because they want their candidates. And their mega candidates and the Republicans, and I have news for you right now. They are going after Pat Stefano. They are going after Ryan Warner, and the knife has been bought, and it's just a matter of time before it's put in the back of Charity Grim-Krupa. These people are not happy with the Republicans. And Todd Miner, who was just on, Todd, I'll be praying for you, buddy, because you got an uphill battle, because they are trying to oust anybody who's a Republican conservative.
Hey, go ahead. James, James, thanks so much for your call.
Have a great weekend. And good luck.
Thank you, James.
And we will continue with, by the way, just real quick, anybody that buys time can come on the station.
Of course.
Hillbilly John is a paid show. The Democratic Radio Hour is a paid show.
This is not a paid show.
This is not a paid show.
Because I don't get any checks.
We're the ones who
we're
are
working on that.
From doing this.
I don't want it.
Yeah, but the paid shows are no different than a half-hour infomercial for dental cream.
That's exactly right.
But so you buy a half hour or an hour on the station, then you get.
I would add real quickly that it just went through my mind. It's very necessary what James said about the value of the station, and I think that it is exemplified in. We had T.J. Cosin talk about this $700,000 contract and what it was wrong about it or whatever. Then we had Scott Dunn call and say, no, that's he clarified his side of it. In a well-done news story, you would have both of those perspectives presented fairly.
In the story.
In the news story in one single place. And now I think what we have is one side, and then it's dependent and incumbent on the other side to put its side of it out. The problem is, are people going to listen to them back to back and digest it, or are they going to tune in whenever somebody else might come on a week from now and give their side of it? Not necessarily.
And by the way, if you would like to buy some time on WMBS, give me a call at 724-438.
Are you selling time?
Yes, I will be more than happy to sell you the time. This is Hot Topic.
Take the fact book.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? Fact. Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. Fact. Your community, your connection.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Looking for a fireplace? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is more than your plumbing supply store. We specialize in fireplaces of all fuel types, such as gas, wood, pellet, and electric. We're now featuring Harmon pellet stoves from Forge and Flame, perfect for keeping your family warm and cozy. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com to start planning for the winter season. Koval Building Supply, everything you need to make your house feel like home.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Magisterial District Judge Daniel Shimshock is proud to sponsor daily updates from the 2026 Winter Olympics right here on WMBS. Judge Shimshock supports the U.S. athletes competing in Italy this February and joins our community in cheering them to victory. Judge Shimshock recognizes the commitment and dedication of all Olympic athletes and is inspired by their personal drive and their pride in representing their countries. Join Judge Shimshock as he cheers on the U.S. and remember to tune in to WMBS for all your Winter Olympic updates.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Are holiday bills flooding your mailbox? Are high credit card payments keeping you from paying basic living expenses? Are utilities threatening shutoffs? Are creditors constantly calling? Will you use your entire tax refund to pay creditors? If your answers are yes, call Zebley Law Office for a free in-person consultation to discuss your situation. We are the experts, trusted for 40 years to provide debt relief. Call Zebley Law Office today at 724-439-9200. At Zebley Law Office, we're here to help.
Hey, who's hiding the gold? Ah, I see. It's the Pennsylvania Lottery with their new Find the Leprechaun scratch-off game. You don't need a 4-leaf clover to win. Just a little scratch and a lot of luck. And you could uncover top prizes of $10,000. Now, through March 9th, just be the 6th caller to 724-438-4593 when you hear.
Always have to be Lucky Charms.
And you'll win 20 $2 Find Leprechaun tickets. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
WMBS.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
And this is down the last few minutes of the most exhausting 2 hours in radio.
Listen.
The Hot Topics with Kendall and Paul and Bill.
724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Talk Line. I have to tell you something, Bill.
Yes.
So my mom stopped in today, and my client said, after my mom left, so my mom introduced herself to my client, and she said, I think I met her before. This was last year when you were looking for snow boots.
Oh.
I said, oh my gosh, everyone remembers
yeah.
the drawn-out, even Bill.
Yeah.
Months it took me to find the right pair of snow boots.
Let's...
And I got use out of them this year.
Speaking of snow,
did you buy the ones that Scott Dunn told you to?
I asked his permission first.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Well, I thought he sent you some Amazon pages to look at.
Scott Dunn has to approve everything about my life, including what I speak about, my snow boots, everything.
Okay. This is the first Friday in Lent.
Yes.
Fish fry season.
Yes.
And anybody that wants to bring some by the radio station, I'm not suggesting that. But
well, you kind of are, and I'm okay. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we're good with that. Next week, we're going to have a guest on from SEIU talking about the pickets that they had down in front of the courthouse.
And then we hope to have Mary and Rick Fike, Mary Stampy and Rick Fike from the Heart to Hope Telethon, which is coming up on March 7th.
And you will be a host once again.
I'm anchoring, yes, and I do the least out of, I show up and I just talk, but I shout out to Connellsville, the ministries. They come together. They're a great community.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. We had a very good day at the Winter Olympics yesterday.
The figure skater, gold medalist, Alyssa,
Alyssa Liu.
Oh my gosh, out of this world, phenomenal. I watched it over and over. She is such a performer. It was amazing.
And you could tell that she was just relaxed.
Totally. And she said that. Like,
Yeah,
she just wanted to show people what she could do.
And she did it.
Did you see it? It was good.
She did. Oh, it was beautiful.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
In a way that
It
ice
was.
skating isn't always. I mean, it was like ice dancing and figure skating. It was something.
Yeah, but it also shows you how what a cruel sport it is. The two ladies from Japan, they just made one mistake each in their performance, and it was gone. Also, congratulations to the women's hockey team
Oh, yes.
from the USA, who were in overtime. Not the prettiest goal, but a goal is a goal is a goal.
That's right.
And good luck to the USA men and to the Canadian men, too. Because Sydney's not playing. Didn't play today, in fact. Hey, that's it. Democratic Radio Hour is up next. And then Hillbilly John. That's all on the way on your local station, WMBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Christopher Cruz in Washington. President Trump has reacted with anger and insults after learning that the Supreme Court had struck down his global trade tactics.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing.
The president rebuked conservatives on the court who joined in the 6-3 ruling.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court.
But Trump said the ruling which struck down his tariffs based on the use of the Emergency Economic Powers Act does not mean tariffs are over.
We can use other of the statutes, other of the tariff authorities.
The president also predicted years of litigation over whether he must return billions in tariff